In the kingdom of Sodor, an unfortunate event had happened. Thomas had had a very bad accident on the mainland while retrieving TV parts, and the engines were worried. "We really need to repair Thomas," said Stafford. "His accident was very bad." "I know," said Toby, "but we don't have the parts for him right now." "Why is that?" asked Stafford. "Well," said Toby, "the factories ran out of material to produce steam engine parts a while ago." "Oh dear," said Stafford. "So," said Toby, "we have to order them from the mainland." "Well, that makes sense now," said Stafford. "Yes," said Toby. "Now, we need an engine to go pick up Thomas's parts. Are there any volunteers?" "I can go," said Stafford, but as he reversed, he suddenly stopped. "What's happening, Stafford?" asked Toby. "Bother!" exclaimed Stafford. "My batteries need recharged." "How long will it take for your batteries to recharge?" asked Stanley. "I think about an hour," said Stafford. "We can't wait that long," said Toby. "Stanley, would you be kind enough to get the parts from the mainland for Thomas?" "Of course," said Stanley, and he puffed away. "Hopefully the mainland will have the parts we need," said Toby. "Thomas needs to be repaired immediately." Soon, Stanley made his way to the mainland and was traveling along the main line. Then, Stanley found Caitlin. "Hello, Stanley," said Caitlin. "What brings you here to the mainland?" "Well," said Stanley, "I'm coming to pick up Thomas's parts for his repairs." "Oh," said Caitlin, "I'm afraid we don't have any." "Why?" said Stanley. "Well," said Caitlin, "yesterday, for some reason, the factories were damaged, all at once, and what parts for engines that were made were stolen." Said Stanley. "That's unfortunate. Where am I gonna get Thomas's parts now?" "Well," said Caitlin, "you'll have to go to the Furnace Kingdom." "The Furnace Kingdom?" asked Stanley. "Yes," said Caitlin. "They're our neighbors," she explained. "All you have to do is follow the line right in front of you. Then take a left at the junction, and you'll find yourself heading towards the Furnace Kingdom." "Okay," said Stanley. "Thank you, Caitlin." "No problem," yelled Caitlin. Soon enough, Stanley came to the junction. He remembered Caitlin's instructions, and he turned left. Soon, Stanley came to another set of points. He took the right track. "Hey, you," shouted a voice. Stanley looked over, and he saw a white engine with black lining. "Me?" asked Stanley. "Yes, you," said the engine sternly. "Don't you know you need to have permission to enter in the Furnace Kingdom?" "Oh, I'm sorry," said Stanley. "I didn't know I needed permission." "Oh, you need to have permission, mister," said the engine. "That is a very big violation to the Furnace Kingdom rules." "I'm sorry," said Stanley. "I didn't know. May I pass through here?" "Oh, no, it's far too late to ask for permission now." "Hey, Rust," said the white engine. "Come over here." And then an orange tank engine puffed up. "What do you need?" asked the orange engine. "This engine right here, the one in front of me," said the white engine. "He violated the Furnace Kingdom rules. Take him to the scrapyard." "Please," said Stanley. "I'm so sorry. I didn't know." "Ha ha ha ha. Ho 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 ho. What's so funny? It's a joke." "Shoo," said Stanley. "You got me good." Yes, we did, said the white engine. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Whitey, and that over there is Rust. We had nothing to do at the moment, so we thought we'd play a joke on you. Well, I see that's a little funny, said Stanley, but do you know where I can find some steam engine parts for an E2 tank engine? Oh, sure, said Whitey. Down the line, in the shunting yards, you can find steam engine parts there. Thank you, said Stanley. Soon, Stanley found his way to the shunting yard. He saw that it was being ran by 2 tank engines. The 2 engines looked a bit odd. One of them had a curious-looking eyebrow, and the other had a weird-looking scar. Oh, pardon me, said the engine. Oh, no, pardon me, said Stanley. I'm just a little curious, said the engine. What's your name? My name's Stanley, said Stanley. What's your name? Well, my name's Curious, said the engine. I don't mind if your name's a bit curious, said Stanley. You can tell me. No, said the engine. That is my name. My name is Curious. Why is your name Curious? Said Stanley. Well, I was given that name because I was curious about a lot of things. Oh, said Stanley. Well, I'm here to pick up some E2 steam engine parts. Ah, yes, said Curious. In that siding over there. We'd be happy to give them to you. Okay, said Stanley. I'll just take them. Wait, said Curious. What, said Stanley. You need to ask Scar's permission. Who's Scar? Asked Stanley. Oh, he's the other engine who works with me here, explained Curious. He's in charge, and you need to ask his permission for the cars. Okay, said Stanley. Hey, Scar, said Curious. This engine would like to have those E2 steam engine parts. Can he have them? Hello? Earth to Scar, said Curious. Sorry, Stanley, said Curious. Like I said, he's a bit silent most of the time. Scar, can he have the parts? Yes, replied Scar quietly. Okay, said Stanley. I'll go take them. I'm just a bit curious, said Curious. Why do you have that scar over your eye? None of your business, said Scar. Okay, I was just curious. All right, Stanley, said Curious. I think you might like to be turned around before you head home. Yes, please, said Stanley. Here, I'll show you where the turntable is. It's not often we have steam engines who come looking for E2 steam engine parts. Soon, Stanley was making his way home. But then things got bad. Hand over that train, said a truck. What? No, said Stanley. This train's needed to repair a friend of mine. It wasn't a request, said the truck. Then suddenly, more trucks started to appear. Stanley soon got scared and went as fast as he could. Ah, he yelled. After him, yelled one of the trucks. But things were getting worse. Stanley braked as hard as he could, but he crashed right into the boxcar. Oh no, said Stanley. Oh yes, said the boxcar, and he pushed Stanley. Yes, we've got the train now, he said. Nice work, everyone, said the tar tanker. Let's go now, before anyone sees us. And soon, all the trucks left. Poor Stanley, left upside down, can only try and put himself back on the rails and head back to Sodor. Meanwhile, back on Sodor, the engines started to get worried. "He should have been back by now," said Stafford. "I know," said Toby. "Maybe he got caught up." Then Stanley pulled up. "Ah, Stanley," said Toby. "You're back." "Where's the parts for Thomas?" he said. "Well," said Stanley, "here's what happened." And he explained what happened during the trip back to Sodor. "Did you see those trucks who attacked your train?" "Yeah," said Stanley. "They were wearing some sort of masks, I think." "Some sort of masks. Tell me, were their masks golden or orange?" "Yes," said Stanley. Said Toby. "The spikes." "The who?" asked Stafford. "The Spike Syndicate," said Toby. "When the kingdoms were founded, these trucks, a bunch of them who could move on their own, decided to make the Spike Syndicate. They're basically a bunch of criminal trucks. And the goal they wanted to achieve was to control all kinds of cargo trade. And that caused a bunch of problems for the kingdoms, because they would either steal or illegally make their own goods. When the trouble got too much to bear, all the kingdoms united and eradicated the Spike Syndicate, we thought. But I guess they're still operational." "How do we beat them?" said Stanley. "We need those parts for Thomas, and I doubt there's any more left in any of the kingdoms. Nearby, at least." "Well," said Toby, "I think I might know someone who could help us." 2 days later, the engines saw something coming. "What's that?" said Stafford. "That's him," said Toby. "Hello. I heard you had a job for me." "Indeed we do," said Toby. "What's your name?" asked Stanley. "The name's Boba Freight." "What's the job you need me to do?" asked Boba Freight. "Well," said Toby, "have you ever heard of the Spike Syndicate?" "Yes, I've heard of the Spike Syndicate." "The Spike Syndicate stole some very important E2 steam engine parts. We need them to fix our friend over there." "It'll cost you a lot for me to help you." "What do you want?" "I would like it if I could have free refueling whenever I come by here." "I think I can arrange that." "We will have to find where the Spike Syndicate is staying. Then we'll negotiate for the steam engine parts. I'm going to need one of you to come with me." "I'll go," said Stanley. "I've seen them before." "No, you shouldn't come. If they've seen you, then they'll know something's up. We need someone they haven't seen yet." "I don't think they've seen me," said Stafford. "I'll go." "We're also going to need some sort of money, so that way the Spike Syndicate will think we will pay for what they have." "I have a gold truck," said Toby. "But are we actually going to pay them?" "No, we're not actually going to pay them. We're going to steal the E2 steam engine parts. without them noticing. Glad to hear it, said Toby. I'll come with you and steal the parts from behind them. All right, let's go. And Boba Freight, Toby, and Stafford set out to look for the Spike Syndicate. After searching in certain spots of different kingdoms, they found a Spike Syndicate guard outside of a tunnel in the Furnace Kingdom. That must be the main entrance, said Boba Freight. Toby, you go around and see if you can find a back exit. Okay, said Toby. You and me, Staff, are going to negotiate, said Boba Freight. Come on. Oh dear, said Stafford. Halt! What business do you have here? We were looking for a place to get some E2 parts. We heard this was the best place to get some. Follow me. Stay here. I need to talk to the leader. Are you sure we can steal those parts from them? Asked Stafford. Yes, said Boba Freight. As long as we keep them distracted, Toby should be able to steal the parts right from under their noses. The leader will talk to you now. Glad to hear it. He's over there. Hello there. My friend over there says you want to get some E2 steam engine parts. That's what we'll pay you for, yes? Well, fortunately for you, we have E2 steam engine parts. In fact, we just got them 2 days ago. I see. I'm very impressed of all this goods you have in this one spot. Tell me, how did the spikes survive? I do not get what you mean. Well, from what I heard, most of the kingdoms united to eradicate the Spike Syndicate. How are you still operational? Not all of us were found out when the Spike Syndicate eradication came. I see. The Spike Syndicate must be very efficient to survive like this. Indeed we are. What? Intruder alert! They're stealing the parts! Oops. Time to go, said Toby, and he ran off with the train. You set this up. You two, get him. We'll deal with them. You are going to pay for this. I don't think I will. Guards, get them! Time to go, said Stafford. Block the way. Don't let them... Shut down the base's lights. They won't be able to see and we'll trap them. Uh-oh. I can't see, said Stafford. What are we gonna do? We can't move in the dark. Don't worry, said Boba Freight. I've got this. Oh. Ow! Oh. And Boba Freight and Stafford made it out of the Spike Syndicate base. Let's hope Toby can get out of there all right, said Boba Freight. Then Toby came racing out from the back entrance, and then slammed on his brakes. And then all of a sudden, the two Spike Syndicate trucks hit the car and landed upside down. "Oh," they said. "All right," said Toby, "let's go, before any more Spike Syndicate reinforcements come." "Agreed," said Boba Freight, and they left. Soon enough, Boba Freight and the engines returned back to Sodor with the E2 steam engine parts to fix Thomas. "Hopefully now we won't have to deal with the Spike Syndicate anymore," said Stafford. "I hope not either," said Toby. "Those engines and that bounty hunter truck had no right to come in and bother our business. Ever since the kingdoms united and eradicated most of the Syndicate, we've been in hiding. But soon, Sodor is going to pay for what they did to us."